Welcome back, everybody. I'm Alan Taylor. This is the Shell Pennzoil Pioneering Performance Stage here at Barrett-Jackson 2017, Mandalay Bay. Carl Brower is here from Kelley Blue Book, and Michael Harley, also from Kelley Blue Book, helping us out a little bit. And we're going to be here for another couple of hours talking about new cars. And somebody walking up on stage. What is your name, sir?
Seth Burgett. Thank you, Alan.
And Seth has got a beautiful Bronco he's pulling in here. Seth, you gave us a cheat sheet on this. These Broncos are not just normal Broncos. These are Broncos that have had, I don't know, the kind of a whole new life breathed into them by your company. And I mean, you guys, Carl, this, by the way, this is Carl, this is Michael, Seth.
Carl, good seeing you again. Good seeing you, Seth.
If you look at what's going on here, a Coyote powertrain, 2017 technology providing turnkey reliability, 435 horsepower. And so many people are like, where do you get these vehicles? Check that mic, see if it's working.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
That sounds pretty good.
Where do you get these? I mean, that's the biggest question.
Alan, everybody says that, you can't find these Broncos anywhere. The only way we buy the Broncos, though, is original paint, so we know what's underneath. And we don't buy Broncos with rust.
Wow.
We really find original paint Broncos, and then we know what we're building from the ground up. And this was an original paint, one owner, 31,000 mile Bronco.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Wow. So that's what we do.
So
you started with a great car.
Yeah, and so the question is, though, is you must be on a worldwide search for these things. I mean, it's like that's impossible to find by itself, let alone what you've done to it. We'll go through that.
Well, Alan, this is a passion play for me because I've been searching the barns of America since I was 9 years old, and we've got a picture of the very first barn at our booth that I looked at, dug through, right across the street from my grandpa's home. And so, this is a passion for me. We've got a little special sauce of how to find the original paint Broncos, and then we turned it into a business, honestly. We love the Bronco, but we want to really bring up the character of the Bronco and then leave behind some of those undesirable characteristics of a 60s, 70s era vehicle.
And we're talking about this Bronco in front of us is a Gateway Bronco, and genuine Porsche leather sourced directly from Porsche supplier. I mean, every time I look at something else about what you guys do, I think, who would do that? How do you make money doing that? I mean, it's like you must have $500,000 in every one of these things.
Well, Alan, what we want to do is we want to meet the needs of our customer, and every time I see you, I want to amp up the game.
Well, I will tell you, a buddy of mine calls me, he lives in Kona, Hawaii. He keeps sending me pictures of Broncos, and they're like $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, and I'm like, dude, if you're going to spend money like that, you got to go look at one of these. Yours, Gateway, because you guys do it 110% right. I mean, and like, I've not seen, this one is not cut out. We were talking earlier about how they're cut out. You do not have a cut out quarter panel. That's like so rare.
Yeah, Alan, it really is, and thank you very much for the compliment. Our guys deserve all the credit. They do all the work. Hopefully they're back at the shop watching the show right now because, they deserve all the credit, but what we do is we really try to meet the needs of the consumer, and, some people want the uncut, some people want the cut wheel wells, and we will not cut an uncut wheel well truck if it's survived for 50 years without being chopped up. And so, we've got 3 of these donors in stock, all 3 beautiful, uncut, ready to go. But really what makes this different is the quality of the build, but then we can provide a 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, and that's something that's really special because who in the industry can provide that? We've got a customer that we just talked to. They want to ship a truck, one to Mexico, another one to Maui. And how do you get something like that serviced? Well, we have a network where we then provide service no matter where you are in the world, and we take care of you and pay the bill. You get your vehicle back immediately.
Wow.
You know what I find most interesting is that for decades, performance cars were a big deal of any era, and so the older performance cars started to become very valuable and very commonly restored. What's popular right now in new car showrooms? SUVs. So you're seeing this budding appreciation for vintage SUVs. And if you can take a vintage SUV with the vintage style, but give it all the modern conveniences and refinement like you've done to this one, that's basically a way for someone to say, look, I'm in the SUV craze that's going on right now, but I'm in it in a much more unique way that not everybody else is able to get into it. I can see why there'd be an audience for this.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So what we're providing is something no one else has in the neighborhood or on the island or at the vacation home area, and so that's just a unique piece.
I also think it's kind of cool to take a look at this thing, and everybody remembers how the old Broncos drove and they rode. But Gateway's gone through and they've upgraded the suspension with Bilsteins, so it rides, in 2018 levels. And they've even added noise insulation so you can talk on your cell phone, which is something we didn't have cell phones back when I was a kid. But you can actually hear yourself think in one of these things, which is nice.
By the way, we had CB radios, breaker.
Yeah.
I had a CB, and you'd hang them up when you were done. You'd on the little metal.
That goes back to Smokey and the Bandit days, right?
Exactly. Well, see, the good thing was the fidelity on the CB radio was so low that it didn't matter that there was a huge NVH problem going on in the car because you couldn't pick it up on the radio. Now with your cell phone, you're going to hear every bump and nick.
And we take it very seriously. So we put in a special headlining method and underneath. So we have multiple layers and multiple methods to really knock down the noise. You can carry on a real conversation with whoever you're riding with or talk on the cell phone if it's legal, and it just makes it for a whole new environment.
Wow.
Talk about this engine under the hood. I mean, that's a gigantic step to put that big engine under the hood. I mean, you could have just rebuilt the original one, but you guys decided to bring it into the 21st century.
Yeah, absolutely, Alan. So what we have done is we have put a Coyote 302, a 5-liter Coyote, right out of the Mustang into the original Bronco. And people ask us all the time, does it fit? No, it absolutely does not fit in a Bronco. And so what we have done is we've built methods that look absolutely factory. So it looks like it came from the factory, and it fits beautifully inside the engine bay. And then you turn the key and it fires up every single time. So, Alan, we've got the owner of this vehicle here. His name is Joe. And I wonder if Joe wants to come on over and jump in his truck and let's hear what this thing sounds like. It's, 435 horse. We're pretty sure we're putting out more like 450. And this thing is I don't know, it's a bit of a beast.
Just see the power steps when he opened the door?
Yeah.
Power steps opened up?
Love that.
Fire in the hole.
Oh. Wow. I can hear that over the auction block.
I can feel it.
We're gonna get in trouble on that, Alan.
Yeah. Cut.
We're done, yeah.
Can you lift the hood so we can show the audience?
Yeah, let's do that. So can we lift the hood on this and
Let's check out that engineering that you did.
You got modern headlights too?
we have modern headlights. These are halogen headlights, and what this truck will end up with is LEDs. And so the LEDs will be super bright, and you can see inside here it's got modern hood struts, so you don't have the old
I noticed that
the
right
old
away.
prop rod. No more hoods hitting in the back of the head, Alan. Remember when you had yours? It was hazardous.
They fall down, bang.
Changing the plugs.
Plus, that hood opened itself, which I really like, because it's wow, that is just absolutely beautiful.
So the guy
Again,
just
Gateway Bronco, you guys. How much? I mean, can I bring you my own? Do I buy one of your sourced ones like this? Tell me the story.
Yeah, Alan, what we do is we generally build to order. So if you come to us at the show, we'll build out a build sheet just like you see on this window sticker, and we'll then build your Bronco, go source you one and build it. But if you have an heirloom vehicle, we've got a 50th birthday party vehicle coming up. We've got a one that it was his first car. We're building his Bronco. And so you can bring your Bronco to us, and we'll do exactly this. We'll warranty it just like we would any of our others, and we'll make sure that your Bronco looks just like this one, and we'll ship it back to you, and you'll have your original Bronco back the way you see it here.
Is there a price range between X and X?
Yeah, absolutely, Alan. So for $80,000, we provide a 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, and at a $160,000 price point, which is where this one starts, we provide a 5-year warranty, lifetime warranty on the axles, and lifetime warranty on rust protection. So we're very serious about making sure it's a worry-free experience.
Man.
What's the transmission?
Yeah.
Well, this particular transmission is a 4-speed electronically shifted automatic, but we also offer the 6-speed Raptor transmission, electronic shift. It is absolutely amazing, like nothing you've ever experienced. And this is a grin maker. So when you're riding in traffic, and Joe is on the East Coast, this is going to be a daily driver amongst his other vehicles. And what I say is when you're in traffic, you can just leapfrog to the next lane because it's short wheelbase, 32 valves. It feels amazing.
Well, it's called Gateway Bronco. If you own a Bronco or that is your dream car and you want it done 110% right, I'm thinking actually more like 1,010% right. Gateway Bronco, you guys do it right, man.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank
Really
you very
appreciate
much.
it.
Beautiful machine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Well, there you've seen the best.
Good seeing you. Thank you
And
very much.
now we'll show you the rest. That is absolutely awesome. It's an interesting thing, guys. There's a company that does, you have, what year is your Porsche that you're selling?
86.
So what's that company? Singer. Thank you. I knew I was going to get it wrong. Singer. They'll take your Porsche and do your Porsche for $500,000.
Yeah, those things are going about $450,000 up to about $600,000 these days.
So if you look at what is being done, from 80 to $150, whatever it is here, you've got a classic-looking truck that has got unbelievable technology when it comes to drivability, horsepower, just pure, like he says, it's a grin getter.
Well, exactly.
Just pure fun.
That price range is actually comparable to high-end modern, SUVs. If you went out and bought a nice Range Rover, you'd pay over $100,000 for it. But $500,000 for a Porsche, short of a 918, you're not going to spend that kind of money on a new Porsche.
Right. You know what else? I'll call this stealth wealth. Maybe I want people to know I enjoy what I do and I enjoy what I drive, but I don't want them to know how much money I have. You could, with this vehicle, they're thinking to themselves, he's probably got 25 grand in that.
Yeah. It's a nice, it's a nice restored Bronco. That's
right.
And with 435 horsepower, this thing's going to shred those rear tires.
This is when you go,
absolutely
run?
shred.
It's a beautiful machine. All right. Well, anyway, there was nice to have a little break there, but we are back to the action.